Even a wolf gets scared sometimes. So I'm gonna be listing some of my irrational fears for you today. Halloween related. I mean, some of them are. Disclaimer, they're not actually real. Except the ones that I've marked here. Did I remember to... Never mind, let's just go. Number 1. Razors and candy. Yeah, it's no surprise that something like this would be common. After all, it did used to be a huge issue where I lived here for a while. If I counted correctly, there was about 665 deaths in total. Disclaimer, there was actually one more than that, but I refuse to say the number. I still check my candy, and don't doubt I will cut a Kit Kat in hundreds of pieces just to see there is a chunk of metal in there somewhere. The only iron should be in the chocolate of my worst enemy. And who knows if that nice old Christian man down the street who lives near the church slipped in some cocaine in my pixie dust candy. You just can't trust candy nowadays. No face is innocent, and saying that makes me sound kind of paranoid, so... Number 2. That one girl I like seeing me on Halloween. Trick-or-treating, of course. I know, being afraid of females is totally irrational. But what if I'm doing dumb shit with my friends, let's say egging a house, and suddenly I see her? I would pass out. Especially if it's her house, and her parents are there too. Luckily for me, coincidences like that just don't... Oh my... Ah! I didn't want her to see me and think I was some kind of furry. I'm not. I promise, guys. Please believe me. Number 3. Wearing a mummy costume on a rainy day. It's basically only scary if you have only underwear underneath the homemade toilet paper costume. But I mean, you'd have to be a real bozo to wear toilet paper over your underwear and call it a costume. Like me. And to make it worse, you could have wind blow your costume away. Doesn't sound probable? Yeah, it's very improbable, but I did it once as a dare, and the wind really gave me that thought. Just not a good idea. Take this fool's advice. The cold weather around this time doesn't make the concept any more fun. Let's just go on to the next one. Oh, come on, don't put a black screen. That's lazy. I mean, sure, it's effective to waste time, but come on, it's old. Put the next slide. Hey, put the next slide. Number 4. Spiders taking their revenge. Let me explain. Imagine cleaning up your attic. Obviously, you're gonna clear out all the webs and such. Now, I don't kill spiders, 'cause I feel bad. I just destroy their home. It sounds equally as bad. And the worst part is, when I help my parents decorate the house, I have to put up a fake web. So these spiders must be like,
what the hell, you destroyed their homes and put a fake?
Just the thought of an army of spiders motivated by the destruction and replacement of their web is one that, although improvised by now, I have actually discussed with friends. Darn you, back of my head, not entirely being original. Ugh, it's been such a sluggish week, I'm sorry. Number 5. Creepypasta reading at the campfire. I hate to sound like an old man, but back in my day, we had campfire stories in our backyard, and my uncle would have handwritten stories in a leather notebook. I asked him once where he got it from, and he said he killed someone for it, and his son told me he actually found it off a dead body. My mother stopped me from calling 911 that day, and it's my own fault for being so gullible. He was the uncle in my family in which told the most lies and told the spookiest of campfire stories. We stopped the tradition of having a campfire probably because he ran out of stories to tell. And I'm worried that any day now he'll invite us to his house and read some creepy pasta stories. He doesn't know anything about Wi-Fi, so I'm safe from the cringe. For now. Number 6. Being mistaken for my evil twin. This isn't some bad fan fiction. I was born with a brother, and for whatever reason, we were separated at that hospital that I was born in. And meeting him today would be the worst day of my life. First of all, he's evil, so he wants me dead. And honestly, I think he wants to stitch me up like that Simpsons episode. It's not his evil heart that must be quenched, but it's actually deeper than that. And oh my god, you know what? No, this sounds horrible. I can't finish this bit. It's too bad. I just want to go on to the next one. Jesus Christ. I mean, I had in the script improvise evil twin story, but god, this is bad. Nope. Next. Number 7. Murdered on Halloween. Come on. I want to be famous, but I want to be alive to acclaim my riches. Dying on Halloween is the worst holiday to die in. Well, actually second worst. The first being Christmas. But you know what would be the worst killer costume to die by? No, not scary clowns, none of the cliche scary stuff. It would have to be an embarrassing one. Either Thanos, or a Fortnite character, or a Roblox character. That's just embarrassing. It might be irrelevant in a few years. Nothing is scarier than having a Thanos knife dig into your skull or heart. Number 8. Not being able to come up with a scary, irrational fear to fill up your top 10 list. This is so self-explanatory. The fear is literally in the title, and I think it only applies to me. Yeah, I've had a uncreative week, so I can't say I'm entirely sure that this video will make it on time. So, to ensure that I at least come up with something, here it is. Bet you never heard such a pathetic excuse for a fear in another fear video before. Maybe I shouldn't be proud of this. Just skip to the next fear. Number 9. I don't know. Red apple given as a treat. I have no idea at this point. But I do have to mention, I've been getting copyright strikes for using Mr. Sandman in my how to be a YouTube animator whatever video. Also, other instances in which I used music while I talk over it. So, thank the YouTube gods, all you have to hear now is my awkward voice. Anyways, that's my actual fear. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Do I delete my videos that have copyrighted music? Do I resubmit my appeal? Should I even be worried that I used Goosebumps music as my intro? I hope this won't get my channel deleted. I barely started literally a month ago. Which, by the way, happy late anniversary, channel. Let's just go to 10. Hopefully, my channel doesn't end up being deleted. My condolences, Mr. Sadman. Anyway, number 10. Good Will Hunting. Hey, thanks, weird voice. I just have to reiterate, this movie is freaking horrifying. I mean, did you all know that it's secretly just a Batman origin story? Don't believe me? Ben Affleck is in it, I think. And that's all the evidence I need. Hey, I convinced my 4-year-old cousin this, and also he hasn't seen the movie like me. Well, that's been my fears. Thanks for listening, and maybe subscribe Also, click the notification bell.
Oh my god, it's a rabid dog.
Hey, are you the same policeman that I saw in the news beat up my cousin?
Die, rabid dog, die!
Thank goodness I have an M9 with me at all times. That's considered self-defense, right? Well, anyways, who cares? I'ma go back to the station where I change my voice every 10 seconds. Toodaloo!